After a run fest yesterday, a record-breaking day yesterday, where truckload of runs were scored, IPL needed a day like today. Afternoon game as well. Below 160 total was scored and then chased down by GT. And then in the evening game, first super over of this season, and obviously courtesy of a brilliant over by Sunil Narine, KKR prevails in a super over thriller. And what a game! Right from the start, Ankrish Raghuvanshi's controversial dismissal, the obstruction of field. We'll discuss that a bit. And then Rinku Singh, I think it was a day, as we said in our thumbnail as well. Rinku saves the day for KKR, not just with the bat but with the field as well. Look at the last catch as well. Roman Powell throwing it back and Rinku Singh, grabbing it, and then Rinku Singh effectively scoring the boundary and scoring the winning run. So it was a perfect day for Rinku Singh. Vice captain Rinku Singh stepping up for KKR when the team required, when the team needed the most. When Roman Powell got out, the team was in trouble. Then there was a good partnership between Cameron Green and Rinku Singh that brought that stabilized the innings and brought KKR back into the game. Cameron Green took some pressure off from Rinku Singh. At that time, Rinku Singh was struggling to find boundaries. And then, as the innings progressed, especially in the last 5 overs, Rinku Singh showed what he is capable of. But what an incredible game, and it deserved an ending like that. Shamikda, quick thoughts first, Rinku Singh's, and obviously start with that Ankrish Raghuvanshi's dismissal, because a lot of debate is going around that whether it was fair or not. Start with that, and obviously then Rinku Singh's special innings.
I will come to that. I will come to that. I'll come to Rinku Singh's innings. But this game served as a litany of wrong decisions right up to the super over. I mean, it beggars belief that Mitch Marsh didn't go out to bat in the super over, and an completely out of form Nicholas Puram was papered over him. That is one. I mean, see what happens when two average team plays. You will see such poor cricket. That is the thing. You will see such poor cricket when two average teams play. So Rinku Singh wa- was an exception. He is an India player. He is an India player, and obviously, once again, the last over bowled by that Digvijay or Digvesh Rathi. Rishabh Pant's captaincy was absolutely poor, very poor. You are bringing on Digvesh Rathi against Rinku Singh in the final over. Rinku Singh will, take the cover of the ball, and that exactly what he did. So, from decision making, from captaincy, from execution, it was a very poor game. Rinku Singh was an exception, brilliant and very befitting that he took that Aiden Markram's catch and the power play, and he had a hand in everything. And even the winning shot came off his bat. And absolutely, it was Rinku Singh's game. This game was Rinku Singh's game. He was the standout performer amid amid sort of amid sort of uh, um, and what I will say, I am not getting the words. Amid very poor cricket around him. I want to put it mildly. I just wanted to go ballistic, but I want to put it mildly. Around very mediocre cricket around him. Rinku Singh was an exception, and he was first class. That is one thing. Coming to Ankrish Raghuvanshi, absolutely right decision from the third umpire, because the MCC law says that if you are changing your direction, trying to prevent a run out, whether you are run out or not, then you are out. Then you can be given out obstructing the field. And it exactly what happened. He took a very big U-turn and he clearly changed direction. And you can say, why did they appeal? Obviously, they did appeal within the law, LSG, and the third umpire followed the letter of the law. Absolutely no controversy in that run out, although Ankrish Raghuvanshi was not happy, but that doesn't matter. And absolutely, and the third umpire followed the letter of the law. No ambiguity, no controversy. Simple. He was out obstructing the field because he transgressed. He transgressed, and his action was contrary to the law of cricket by the MCC. MCC is the custodian of the laws of cricket, and as per MCC, obstructing the field law in case of run out, he did that, and he was given out. Simple, done and dusted.
Bharat sir, Karthik Tyagi bowling those two no balls, and then Shami obviously hitting that ball to take the game to the super over. But Karthik obviously was under pressure. But how would you justify the fact that a bowler bowling two beamers and then still being allowed to bowl, still being allowed to continue with the same over? Was that fair? And also, word on Sunil Narain again, bowling a super over, getting 2 wickets, absolute legendary stuff from Sunil Narain, and it just proves that he's arguably KKR's most valuable player ever.
Yeah, Sunil Narine, obviously, I think is their most valuable player. I'm saying this despite them having Andre Russell for a long period of time because Andre Russell himself has been a great servant for KKR over a period of time. But when you consider the kind of contributions that Sunil Narine has put, I think you have to give it to him. He has been magnificent under pressure, especially with the ball in hand. Hardly gives away runs, even after a lot of controversies came on. A lot of controversies came under due to his action. Even after that, he's made a successful comeback and still keeps getting wickets. Even if he doesn't get wickets, at his worst, he goes for 4 overs, 40 runs, 1 wicket. So that itself tells something about the kind of control that he has. And actually, I expected him to deliver in that super over against a team like LSG because the way LSG's batters are playing, I just don't have any confidence that they would go and score runs against Narin. As far as Karthik Tyag is concerned, yes, it was a poor over. See, first of all, I couldn't understand him trying pace on Delris, especially against someone like Mohammad Shami. Still, he can. Definitely, Mohammad Shami can can land the big hits. We have seen it in the past, even inside Mushtaq Ali Trophy. So he should have gone with that into the pitch slower deliveries. That's what Karthik Tyagi should have done, especially the kind of dimensions that you see in Lucknow. That is point one. Point two, I think that went against Karthik Tyagi's. You like it or not, the man has tried to imitate too many fast bowlers. He might be a great fan of Brett Lee, he might be a fan of Mark Wood or whoever, but he's trying to imitate three fast bowlers a section in a space of 3 4 years. So I think somewhere is not able to develop that repeatable action or his own natural action. See, every great bowler or every good bowler you would have seen as well would have his or her own natural action. I don't think Karthik Tyagi still has it, although he has been troubled by a lot of injuries. But if you keep imitating a fast bowler every single year, I don't think it will work for you at a professional level. Maybe at a gully level, I can do it, you can do it, and we can still survive. But that's not the case at that professional level. So that's point two. Point three, obviously, it's umpire's call. He bowled a couple of beamers and they allowed him to continue. So that is where I think it ends. But yes, it was a poor over. I should have never gone to the super over. But thanks to Sunil Narain and obviously it was Rinku Singh versus LSG that helped KKR win this game.
More KKR sent Rinku Singh and Roman Bawal, although Ajinkya Rane or Ankush Raghuvanshi could have done the job. But they were clear that they didn't want to give any chances to LSG at that point. And that's where, KKR, I think, were better in terms of their selection for the super over at least, if not for the entire game. That you can say that, okay, few, if not for the entire game, few decisions that KKR took were brilliant. Like Shamikda mentioned, it was the battle of bottom dwellers, the two teams who are at the bottom. So who can be worst in decision making? LSG proved that there is. We thought that KKR is worst before this game until this game, but LSG proved that they are one better. But how would you justify sending somebody like Nicholas Puran, who hasn't even been striking at 100 in this season,
Plus,
and Mitchell Marsh?
Nicholas Puran versus Sunil Narin is a very good matchup.
Matchup, yeah,
Narain has
even Varun,
excellent records against him.
even Varun Chakravarti,
Yeah.
Nicholas Puran has a good record against Varun Chakravarti, but today, after hitting him for a six, look how Varun Chakravarti responded.
Yeah,
And he
outside
got
of
the
stump.
wicket, and there was an animated celebration that followed. That tells you that it was a battle. But how can you justify in not sending Mitchell Marsh? Mitchell Marsh is not your
Exactly.
all-rounder. He's the most informed batter that you have. Last match he scored a 50. Yes, this game he got out, but look at what an
Yeah.
incredible catch Roman Powell took. It could,
Yeah.
I don't know how many fielders would have grabbed it. So Rinku Singh, I think, took 6 catches in the game, 4 in the
Five.
match, and two.
Five, I
Four,
think.
yeah, four in the innings and two in super over. First Himmat Singh and I think yes, 5 or 6 catches
Five,
in
five.
total, and Robman Powell 2 catches. I mean, but how you justify sending
I
Nicholas Puran and not keeping Mitchell Marsh in your dugout?
Mohan, before you start, I hope you enjoyed writing this match report.
Oh my God. I lost my breath. I think I need a
I
glass of
remember.
water. I
I
had to change everything every second. My God, it was a roller coaster ride. But yeah, anyway, talking about the decisions, I mean, these two teams, the decisions that they kept taking, it became a headache for me to write the report. Number one. Number two is that, but still they managed to deliver the most thrilling match of the season as of now. I don't know. I mean, the moment I saw Nicholas Puran walk in for the super over, I texted Snehashish Da. I was talking to him about stats and everything. I texted him that why is Nicholas Puran out for a super over? He is not informed. He cannot. He is not being able to connect the ball. Why has he been sent to in a super over? Fine, Aiden Markram has been sent. You have a Rishabh Pant waiting if a wicket falls, but why not a Mitchell Marsh? What are these calls? What is this decision making? On the other hand, if you look at KKR, Karthik Tyagi's last over, I was frustrated. Like, what is even happening? What are those constant no balls? Why?
The
I
only
mean,
good thing that happened in that over was Himmat Singh getting out and Rinku Singh taking that
yeah,
catch.
that
Otherwise,
catch from Rinku Singh.
that match could have gone like
I mean,
Mukul Chaudhary was the player for
But
LSG.
Vaibhav,
It could have been Himmat Singh.
Vaibhav, IPL continues to baffle me.
Yeah,
How can a bowler still allowed to bowl after bowling
exactly.
back-to-back
That is the
beamers?
question.
exactly,
We, we,
exactly.
we are told that the second beamer was not deliberate. Who interprets that? The umpire?
Who is deciding
Is
that?
no. The fact of the matter is that the umpires are match officials are expected to be objective. There is nothing. There is no scope for interpreting something. This is the letter of the law, and you followed the letter of the law by giving Ankush Raghuvanshi out, uh, obstructing the field. Fine, and you followed the letter of the law, and that's your job. Here, back-to-back beamers are bowled, and second beamer you are interpreting it as it was not deliberate. Who have given you that right to interpret? So that
Okay,
is my
Rishabh.
question. As match officials, your job is not to interpret. It is like the judges. The judges don't interpret. They just follow the law. So simply, match officials' job is to follow the law, the letter of the law, not to interpret. And how? I mean, the IPL continues to battle.
Rishabh Pant, after the loss, I'll just quote him out what he said. Uh, when he was asked about the loss, obviously where it went wrong for LSG, he said it can't be about one or two guys. It has to be about the whole unit. Purant isn't in his best form, but you got to trust your players. I think it. He was asked about why you sent in a Purant. We need a break. I think after the break we will have enough positives. I think the only break that LSG wants is after this loss.
No,
You are
no.
nowhere
But
in the
Vaibhav,
race
did
of
he
victory.
say anything about this back-to-back beamers and Karthik Tyagi was
No,
still
no,
being
no,
allowed to
no,
bowl? I
no, no,
think
no, nothing.
he will. That question is expected at the press conference.
Yeah, it could come in the press conference, but I think from Rishabh Pant it was not asked because obviously LSG made too many mistakes themselves. So Pant was asked about his players, that why you sent in a Puran, what happened to your bowling unit, why you couldn't win this game. And last game also it was Mukul Chaudhary. Otherwise that was a game that KKR lost, not LSG one. That was
See,
a
this
game that
Mukul
KKR won.
Chaudhary and these Digbij Rathi and all, these are busted flashes. One game wonder. This is absolutely, these are one game wonders, busted flashes. They will, once in a blue moon, they will play in one game and they will disappear. If they were good enough, they would have made a mark in domestic cricket. So, I mean, I don't read it, too much into them.
But sir, one player that has been making the headlines for all the right reasons and he's been very consistent while doing so has been Mohsin Khan. Again, wicket maiden, another wicket maiden in another game, 5 for him, and he continues to impress. And like we have been saying since very long, since the start of the season. In many previews, I have said this last season when he got injured and couldn't play the season. I said that if this bowler is fit, he's one bowler who can compete with Arshdeep Singh for a spot in the T20 team. Because Mohsin Khan, the way he bowls, it's very difficult to counter him as a batter. It's very difficult to counter him with the new ball, with the old ball. He looks a very different bowler, and today he showed that if he stays fit, he is definitely an India contender and one of the toughest bowlers in the league to face.
I would say in terms of raw attributes only, obviously Arshdeep Singh has achieved a lot in T20 cricket. So I wouldn't say he's a more successful bowler. But in terms of raw attributes, I think he's a better bowler than Arshdeep Singh. That's just my humble opinion. A very tall, fast bowler. Secondly, makes use of his height. If you see from where his release point comes, a very high release point, hits the deck very hard, well built fast bowler, decent pace, moves the ball just enough off the seam. So I think it's a lot of attributes going for him. It's a decent variation as well. I think if he's fit, if he didn't have those health issues, he could have very well played for India by now and even succeeded playing for India, not just in one format, across formats. Unfortunately, I think only played one first class game. That's what I believe. It's just because he's always been injury prone. So instead, UP can't really select him because he's always been injured. He's played some T20 cricket here or there in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Even there, I don't think he's played a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy game since maybe early 25 or on those lines. So that tells you that he's mostly injured. So that has been his biggest issue. Looking at that, I'm not very sure whether he will go on to play for India. But in terms of raw attributes, if you ask me, I think he's a better bowler than even Arshdeep Singh. Uh, I'm not. And second point is I'm not very sure about where Digvesh Rathi will end up, but I still have hopes for someone like Mukul Chowdhury. I think yes, there is some skill in the way he bats. I watched his knocks against Delhi and Mumbai in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. I think he's got something in him. Hopefully, LSG will back him. If not LSG, I'm pretty sure some other side will back him because I see those unorthodox shots in his repertoire that can come in handy in this format. I'm not saying in other formats he's going to succeed.
Let's switch to the afternoon game, CSK versus GT game again. Batting first, CSK did really well to post 158 because given the situation they were in, they completed their half century. If I'm not wrong, they reached the 50-run mark and the 12th over. Then came in the Arshad Khan over where Ruturaj Gaikwad was hit on the head, and then that changed the game. That over really switched Ruturaj Gaikwad on in that over. He smashed 2 sixes and 1 4. From there on, he went on to score 74 unbeaten. Obviously, those runs didn't come in a winning cause, but again, good signs for Ruturaj Gaikwad. Obviously, CSK's campaign also looks more or less like it's done, but a good win for Gujarat Titans. And again, CSK dropping catches. Akil Hussain today dropped a catch in the power play, and against a team like GT, which is top heavy, you cannot afford slip ups. It happened in the RCB game as well. Today also, you dropped catches and then you paid for it. And obviously, using Sarfaraz Khan as an impact player after 4 overs, that too early in the game. Then Mukesh Chaudhary, who has taken 3 wickets in his 2 outings, has done reasonable job in the last 2 games. Couldn't play that game just because Sarfaraz Khan was used as an impact player and he got out to a bouncer. So, Shamik, again, Ruturaj Gaikwad runs coming, but it didn't came at a pace. And again, it comes down to that debate that if Sanju Samson would have played same number of balls, if not 74, it could have been 90 plus. But Ruturaj Gaikwad, despite battling hard for fighting hard for his team, couldn't really make that impact with the bat. Yes, he got the team to a respectable total, but definitely that was not enough.
No, basically, Rituraj Gaikwad was playing a lone ranger. And Rituraj Gaikwad, it's one of the positives, one of the very few positives from that game for CSK is Rituraj Gaikwad returning to form. It had to happen. He is a good player. It had to happen some sooner rather than later. So it's good that he is here. But CSK have made things very, very difficult for them now. I think they have 6 matches left. Six matches left. They will
Yeah.
have to win at least 4 or 5 of them, and then we'll have to wait for other results. So they are not out yet. They are not out yet, but and anything can happen in this tournament. Secondly, the pitch was not very straightforward. It had bounce. That old vintage Chepak pitch in the 1970s and 80s, vintage Chepak, it had bounce. And Kagiso Rabada and Mohammad Siraj, you have to give credit. You have to give credit where credit is due. Two world class bowlers, two fantastic world class bowlers, and they bowled it is. I mean, the way he used it was test class bowling. It was test class bowling, and it tested the CSK batsmen. I think CSK management, and it was not Ruturaj Gaikwad because Ruturaj was batting there in the middle. The support staff, the coaching staff in the dugout, Stephen Fleming, Mike Asay. I think maybe, just maybe, I might be wrong, but it felt like they panicked a bit, and that impact substitution was not required at that point of time because CSK had batting until Jamie Overton at least, so they could have waited for a bit
Akil
because
Hussain can bat. Hussain has scored
no, I'm
26.
not even counting Akil Hussain, but up to Jamie Overton, they have a solid batsman in this format, so probably they could have waited a bit. And as you rightly said, so what happened? Mukesh Chaudhary couldn't bowl. Mukesh Chaudhary couldn't bowl. And once they had a decent opening partnership against sort of less than 160, it was game over. But full credit to Mohammad Siraj and Kagiso Rabada, the way they bowled. And it was purely test class, world class bowling. Sarfraz Khan, see, when a delivery comes like that, um, you cannot sort of directly fault the batsman because it was such a fantastic bouncer. Maybe discretion could have been the better part of the law. He could have evaded it. He could have swayed away from the line of the ball. But in this format, the mindset of a batsman is different. In this format, if it were Test cricket, Sarfraz would have ducked under it or would have swayed away from the line of the ball. But here in this format, the mindset is different, and he went for the hook. So the bounce got big on him. So I would credit the GT bowlers rather than criticizing the CSK batsmen. The pitch had bounced, two world class bowlers, and they executed it brilliantly. So credit to them.
Well, I think there were questionable decisions, like we said. We have discussed about Sarfaraz Khan being used as an impact player, and also when you had batting till Jamie Overton and Akil Hussain, you could have, in middle overs could have taken more risks. At least against Manav Sutar, he's just playing his second game of the season. At least you could have put him under pressure, but that didn't happen. I think it was a defendable total, but again CSK didn't take their catches, and that's what happened. But more coming to you know Sai Sudarshan again. Last game he couldn't. His 100 went in a losing cause, but today he did the job for his team and brilliant innings. And he made the bowlers pay. Start at the start. He obviously got few chances, but he made the bowlers pay. And what he did right was he was successfully he was able to neutralize the spin threat of CSK. The Noor Ahmad and Akil Hussain factor, he was able to neutralize that.
Yeah, I mean it's a good news for GT that he is back in form because in the first few games he struggled quite a bit, but now he looks far better. He is timing the ball well. He knows where to hit. He is, he looks absolutely. I mean, obviously he is a class batter. He's taking on the bowlers from the start, and at first he did take a little bit of time when Shubman Gill, attacked the bowlers. He took some time. He became confident, and then he started hitting. He attacked the spinners, like you said. He attacked the bowlers. Nothing worked against him. Any field placement, any whichever introduction of bowler, nothing worked. So it's a great sign because if you look at GT again, Gujarat Titans is dependent on their top three. There has to be partnerships between these three people. Once again, the same pattern today. Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Jaws Butler, and I think one or two balls were played by Washington Sundar. But yeah, these three performing for Gujarat Titans on a consistent basis is very important for them, and it's a good news that he's back and he's performing consistently. I saw his parents were there, everyone was cheering. So he's obviously he's also from Chennai. He knows the pitch well, he knows the conditions well, he played according to the conditions. So of course he was absolutely confident from the start.
He has a good record against Chennai. Look
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah.
2023 final as well. He top scored for GT.
2024,
But
I think he scored a century.
yeah, so
Yeah.
he has definitely has a good record against like Ruturaj Gaikwad. We were discussing Ruturaj Gaikwad has an average of 50 plus against GT, and he scored again. Again, he scored against GT.
Yeah.
But again, questionable decision from CSK whether it was Jamie Orton bowling in the power play, or Gurjapneet Singh, just because you don't have options, and that's what CSK have to do better. If they have they have to give themselves a few at least a chance to come back into the tournament, make the playoffs from this position. But yeah, two wins, great wins for great day for GT fans and Kolkata Knight Riders fans, obviously. But yeah, so this was it. Another exciting and the good thing about today was it was a low scoring day. It was not a 200 plus day in both the games. So good day.
Happy
And it
about that.
happy, and everybody's happy. Look what a low scoring affair does to a competition like IPL. It brings down us to a super over. It brings so much excitement, and it brings our discussion to another day as well. Another day has started, so we'll end our live here. Thank you, Shamikda. Thank you, Moore and Bharat sir, for joining. We'll be back soon tomorrow. Thank you.